This is day 166 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you would like to sponsor an upcoming shir or more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. It would be very much appreciated. Today we are doing from Siman Kuf Chav Daled Sif Ches to Siman Kuf Chav Daled Sif Tes Vav. So we're in the middle of the Lochs of Chazdar Shashatz, obviously. Ches. Kvar Kosam, the film at Tzibur Kulam became Betfila. Even the entire congregation knows how to daven. Mikum Kom Kois Pal Shatz Chazdar Shashatz Koram. Nevertheless, Roshil Tzibur wrote daven Chazdar Shashatz out loud. Hashatz Matzchil, the Shil Tzibur begins his Chazara. Miksherova Tzibur, when most of the congregation see Mutfila some finished the davening. And Rava Tzibur Chotfim, but the most of the Tzibur davens very quickly, too quickly. So it's appropriate Lamtina Mishus Bala Mila B'Mila to daven for people who daven word for word. In other words, they don't just put it up. And not too long and not too short. So therefore, most places they wait for the Rav. And we assume that the rabbi is not going to be to daven such a long because he doesn't want to put the tzibur to a trial. And if the people who daven long shmonesses, we should not wait for them. I feel you chashuv here. Even they are the significant people of the city. So the rabbi davens long shmonesses. He's supposed to direct the chazan not to wait for him. A similar idea, when the time comes to begin davening, and there's many of there, don't wait for the other shloboa dying who haven't yet come. They are significant people in the town. The cloud voting, the general principle is the tircha the tzibur gadol ma'od. Trying the patience of the tzibur is a very great thing. In other words, a very bad thing. Therefore, if the rabbi has got all of a sudden a stomach ailment, that's going to go in the middle of davening, or b'shas kriyas Torah during the laning, and you don't wait for him. Doesn't come on time to shul because of some reason. You shouldn't wait for him. There's certain Rosh Yeshiva who don't come in the beginning of davening, so you don't wait for them. Shem Sefer Chasidim, because Sheila Asos Cain. It's difficult to do that. Me'olam lo shamanu kazeh v'lama yisbayesh ne'amalikim v'ein zeh busha. Okay, I'm not sure what he's referring to here. Which the Bruce says if it's kavanah Hashem Shemaim, it's okay. What are we referring to here? I don't know. As Sefer Chasim says, if a person has to daven long shmones and he's afraid that people are going to scoff at him, you can go take 3 steps backwards and the chazan starts the chazar. Even though he didn't finish shmones, come over and go back to his place and then finish up shmones. So on that, the Arukh HaShulchan says it's difficult to do this, and we never heard anybody do it. Okay. That they do this in the middle. Why should you be embarrassed? It's not a busha dam long shmon esrei. You shouldn't be embarrassed because of people who scoff at you. So Shulchan is kind of Yikov Adina Sahar here, but Mishnah Bura writes that if it's kavanas l'shem shemaim, he can't do the Makam Avram and take 3 steps backwards in the middle of davening in order that people should not disturb him or make a mockery of him, I should say. Okay, test. The entire congregation should be silent and focus on what the Shil Tzibur is saying. If there aren't 9 people who are focusing on his brachos, his brachos are close to be brachos l'batola. The Mishnah Bura writes in a place that the Shil Tzibur knows that one of the minyan schmoozes and doesn't listen to Chazar Zashatz, he should make a condition that if there aren't 9 people, that is feels nadava, which I have done many, many, many times, even when there are more than 9 people listening, because people tend not to really listen to Chazar Shots unless you have, and therefore unless you have a significant seaboard, it's kedai to have mind feels nadava. And why is this so important? Why did we talk about Torah? Sharet feel back to Arukh HaShulchan. Sharet feel b'tzibur b'asara v'chamim b'shel tzibur. Feel b'tzibur is by definition among 10, and one of them being a shel tzibur. And call them. I said so. Kilo ain't tisha bilado. Therefore, every person making himself as if there aren't 9 without him. Yicham the brachas shots, and he should focus on the brachas of shel tzibur. V'sheina shamei shos nov atumim. Somebody you cannot hear because he is hard of hearing. Ain't way latisha. It doesn't work for the part of the 9. Even though he's joints for a minyan, but you know shomi dafka, because for a minyan you need 10 mispalim. For Chazar Shots you need 9 shomim. Actually, it's 8 because one could be asleep, but we didn't command it yet. You're not supposed to learn or say to him during Chazar Shots. Af imonel main b'soko bracha. You may answer amen the end of every bracha. We show us again yesh ligarbo. Somebody does this, you should rebuke him. Obviously in yeshivas, there are many, many, many people who do this. It's appropriate for people to stand. Some will say that you're supposed to stand, and it is appropriate to stand for Chazar Shots. I remember when I was in 7th grade in Chorib in Shaline, they made us stand for Chazar Shots. I was so resentful of that, but I picked up on it. Mr. Bura says that within 4 miles of Shtel Tzibor, it's us and Medina to sit during Chazar Shots, which is a fascinating thing. So, but back to Arukh HaShulchan, the only time you can sit, Alan Kane, nobody will so, if you're not in good health, does Mutzah Yeshay, then you're allowed to sit, V'chein Nogin Korei Hashem, I guess all Yorei Hashem do stand during Chazar Shots. Yud Klasav Torah B'Shem Harosh. I think, according to the Eidot Mizrach, they dafka sit, specifically according to Minhag Ashkenaz. Yud Klasav Torah B'Shem Harosh. So Aviv Hinig, the Rosh put it into practice. Shalkol bracha shadam shomea. And whenever a person hears a bracha, Yomar Baruch Hu V'ruch Shemo. Blessed is he and blessed is his name. When I was a youngster, it sounded to me that they were saying just Baruch Shmo, because I couldn't pick up on the Hu Uvaruch in the middle. So I used to say when I was very young, Baruch Shmo, but it's Baruch Hu Uvaruch Shemo. Shayafil Shmaskim Tzadik Basav Adam. Because even you mentioned a tzaddik who's a human being, you have to bless him with a shlita or as that sal. Koshkein tzaddik shalom certainly goes out saying the righteous one of the world, he's baruch yisrael, may he be blessed and uplifted. Zeshamar Moshe Kishem Hashem Ekravu God Eloheinu Ayin Shom. That's Moshe said, "Why call the name of God? Give strength to, give praise to our Lord." Upashru Dezel B'stam Brachas. It's clear this is generic brachas she'ein onet tzarich lotzis, but if you don't have to yotzi in the bracha. Avish tzarich lotzis, but when you have to yotzi with the bracha, come over bir brachas shel kiddush v'avdol shel tkiyah shofar shel mikra megillah. All these things also I know so have a hefsek. You can't say Baruch Hu Shmo because that's a hefsek. But mitam say yesh rabbeim yadam she'ein daitem nocham mizeh. Therefore, there are many great authorities who are not happy with the whole institution of Baruch Hu Shmo. Because the master Sheinim Yodim say they don't know this, that it's an obligation on every bracha that knows Baruch Hu Shmo to say Baruch Hu Shmo. And you're not yotzei with mandatory brachas because they answer also with them Baruch Hu Shmo. Loving the Mashach Shetzarech LeBaruch. It says personally, I don't understand why what's the Rosh's idea that you have to give a bracha to Hashem. The bracha is being stated already when the Mevarech says, Shalom Bracha to Hashem. You can't call B'chol Tfilah Shemazkirim Shem Hashem. And besides that, if that was the case, anytime we mention Shem Hashem throughout davening, no mar Baruch Hu Baruch Shmo, say Baruch Hu Shmo, the Tzarech Iyun. The Shabura writes that B'di Eved, if you have to Baruch Hu Baruch Shmo, it's okay, even though the Chatchila you should not. Arukh HaShulchan doesn't differentiate between the Chachim and the Eved, but Mishnah makes sense because although it's a hefsek, it's Me'inyan, it's a bracha. But the Gra, I believe, is the one who said not to say Baruch Hu Baruch Shmo, and I think it's a big mistake the Olam makes by the Brichos of Torah that Baruch Hu Baruch Shmo became part of the Nusach. When you say Torah So it became part and parcel of the nusach, but it's not supposed to because you're supposed to yotze and the brachas of Torah. Okay, Yurav. Yanu amen achar kol bracha. Answer amen after every bracha. Mizel chova al kol mi sheshomei bracha lanos amen. It's an obligation anybody hears a bracha to answer amen. And ben osam sheyotzu yedei tefila, ben osam shelo yotzu yedei tefila. Whether yotze through the already or not yotze already. Mishulon amen. Somebody doesn't answer amen. Aveil gedol biyodo. It's a great sin in his hand. Amen yesh bo shlosh kavanos. Amen has three intentions. Achas one is halavai, may this come to be. May kol yomar Hashem, like it says, may this be God's will. Vashenis, and the second intention is lashon emunah, a language of trust, of belief. V'zeh kol birchas atfila, and this is true about all the birchas of that. Birchas damin, kamo chayim mesim. Like when you answer to Baruch Hashem Chayim Mesim, you have in mind we say Amen, Shani Ma'amin B'tchilas HaMesim. I believe in this. Magen Avraham, and when he says Magen Avraham, he should have when it says Magen Avraham, he doesn't really have a question of Emunah, but Yichavein Lashon Emes. You should have in mind that this is true. Emes Shata Magen Avraham. I think that's the third kavan. In other words, there's halavai, emunah, and emes. Okay? That lotion is emes. So birchas hamitzvos, also by birchas hamitzvos, chem mitchilas birchas hamitzvos, and also beginning of the middle brachas of birchas called Yisrael. And when you say when you answer me to go to Yisrael, Yichavin emes shato go Yisrael, v'animami emunah shleimus, and also I believe in this. So then all the brachas, v'amenshi birchas hashachar, and we answer birchas hashachar, psuki the same word birchas kriyash makum loshen emes, they all connote emes. Kadishim tzorich lechavein, when you perish harishon, and kaddish you have to mind like the first interpretation, which is halavai, right? Maybe this come to be. May it be that God's name will be expanded and amplified. So to may the name be expanded. And answering Amen. Wow. The primary emunah is contingent in it. Therefore you should teach your own children, Amen. Should be careful to answer Amen. Amen. And immediately when a child starts answering Amen, he has a portion of the world to come. Anybody who answers Amen with all his strength, the open those gates Gan Eden misparo yochiach, and it's gematria indicates that mispar shtei hashemos havaya va'adnus. Okay, I'm not going to do the gematria now, but Amen somehow is it's 91, which is 26. Well, I'll do the math. 26, and Adokoi is 65, 26, 91. So Amen is Havaya and Adokoi. And he says, Yesh V'chaim B'shiluv, V'duk, and as you see in Sfari Sidurim, they're intertwined, they're interlocked as part of the Kavanah. The Mishnah Bura says that when you say Amen, you should also have in mind not just the end of the bracha, which is the content of the bracha, but also that's to the Baruch Atah Hashem. And Mishnah Bura writes that in a bracha of thankfulness, then you have in mind halavai, that may it should be, such as Baruch Shamar. It is emunah. Lashon of emunah is by birchas hadah, like Baruch Shamar, Yishtabach, and God Yisrael. But tefillah you should have in mind emes, and also that you davening that this should be fulfilled. And Bir Halacha is not sure by the first three brachas if you should have a kavanah only emes or also emunah. Obviously the Arukh HaShulchan said Chaim Mesim should have in mind also emunah. Shabur also says that the the very small children who run around in shul, even though they can answer Amen, it's better not to bring them. Yud Beis. You should not talk idle chatter. When the Shliach Tzibur is doing Chazos Shots. And if you dig, although Avonom in your soul, your sin is greater than you can bear, the going bow and rebuke you. The Shliach says there should be appointed specific people to make sure people don't talk during Chazos Shots. And even the Torah forbids to speak then, because it says Man Torah l'chud v'Zman Tefillah l'chud. That's not the time for Torah; it's the time for Tefillah. And then my Rabbi Yoshev Akisei Rav, but a Rav who has paskin shilos. Shalom Menashe Beis Chazos Hashatz. When they ask him a shiloh during Chazos Hashatz, mutar muchayav lanos. He's permitted and is required to answer. He should not wait till after davening. Maybe it's a pressing, urgent question. Now, I've seen no rabbim, but when our great iniquities, nifratz adover, and the manner has become very, very porous, very broken down. And people are talking during Chazos Shots. Since it's not possible to protest. And even people who are among the learners and talk. And praiseworthy is a person who is careful about this. If we talk during Chazos Shots and the non-Jew see us, it's Chil Hashem, because why are they talking when they're supposed to be praying? You shouldn't answer a snatched Amen. Thank you. Av Nikuda B'chataf Shva, as if the Aleph has not a kamatz under it, but a Shva. Amen. Amen. Yes. Also, you should not say before the bracha is fully finished. You also shouldn't answer an amen which is cut off. You don't do the nun, you say amen, not amen. You don't enunciate it that it is clear. Should stop, not stop in the middle of the word. Shouldn't say amen. Also, the bracha should not be cast out of your mouth. Shouldn't say bracha distractedly. And the amen shouldn't be too short, but a little bit long. The amount of time it takes to say Kel Melech Ne'aman, Rashi Teva Shel Amen, which is Rashi Teva, the Rashi Tevas of Amen. The Rubi Amenim, most Amenim, Kavanas Amamuna, they refer to Amuna, Kamosh Kosam, like he wrote. Should not be too long. A word that is not articulated properly, if you make it too long. If some people say amen too long, the Shliach does not have to wait for them. That's before he starts the next bracha. Unless the next bracha is something for which many people used to be yotze their obligation. One mikra megillah b'shofar, kein bergas kohanim, b'kiddush v'avdalah, tzarech lamtin l'schilach b'cheres. Then you have to wait to start the next bracha ad shanu kulam until everybody completes saying amen, so they can all hear the beginning of the next bracha. Miyak sheshliach tzibur mesayim bracha yaneh amen. When shliach tzibur completes the bracha, or the tzibur should answer amen. Mishabur says tok kadei dibur dibur dami. In other words, less than amount of time it takes to say shom alecha rabbi. Or b'kadish ksheshliach tzibur marich benigun ve'imru amen. If he's saying ve'imru amen at great length, lo yamtinu b'yamnu ad. They should not wait till he finishes his nigun. We're out to say amen immediately. Yudad Omer Chazal b'bracha sham shelo yaneh amen yisoma. You should not answer an orphaned amen. Perish Rashi Taisus B'Ushuk she'eno shema bracha m'pi Shliach Tzibur. When you don't hear the bracha from the Shliach Tzibur, v'gam eno is a bracha siyim. You know which bracha he completed. Also lo lanos amen. You can't say amen. Came she'eno there. Always a bracha oneh. You don't know a bracha you responded to. It's like an orphan without a father, an amen without a bracha. There is a bracha amen, but he know what bracha he said. Even though he didn't hear it from verbally, orally, I should say, you could answer. That's the evidence from Sukkah. In the great shul in Alexandria, and even with some of the wave flag. Shashlit Tzibur saying bracha. When Shashlit Tzibur came to the end of the bracha, Manukulam Amen. Everybody answered Amen. Afal Sam Shaloshim. Even those who could not hear, they go to the Beis HaKnesses because of the great size of the shul. Loya Magir Kolosh Shashlit Tzibur Lamdim Merachok. Shashlit Tzibur's voice did not reach those who sang at a distance. Nevertheless, you know which bracha the Shashlit Tzibur was saying because of the flags, and therefore they can answer Amen. Tesvav Num. However, it was Sukkah Yeshu B'Sukkah Sham Kasol Taisis B'Shem. From Nisim gone that Hafresh Kainu. That this is this is the distinction. The Zeshos Ami Soima. That would say for Bedos Ami Sama Zel Bebracha Shemem Mechuyev Latseis B'Yidei Chavaso. That's in a bracha where you are obligated to fulfill your obligation. In Alexandria, it's talking about where everybody already diving to be yotzei themselves, and this was just the main side. So it's with brachas hashatz, is the Torah, and they don't have the yotzei with the brachas hashatz or kriyas Torah. And that small kriyas Torahs in each and every section. Then they can ask him though they didn't have bracha me'ashatz. According to this, what is the remedy? When you're obligated bracha, but you don't know that you're responding to. Ayin Sham. It could be that both answers do not contradict each other. The bracha you have to be yotzei. You have to hear from the mevarich. Ain't tzorich l'shama in a bracha which you're not chayven. You don't have to hear it. Miut tzorich l'das unless you have to know. Beis a bracha hashatz omeid. What bracha he's saying? Chen halacha v'chein pasak Rabbeinu Ramah b'sif ches ayin sham. And we're going to see a couple of ramifications in next tomorrow when we do the next sif. Mishnah Berurah writes that some of the achronim are machmir by chazaras hashatz that it's as if you're chayiv in that bracha, and therefore they shouldn't answer amen, even if they know what bracha it is, unless they hear the bracha. And he says this is preferable l'chatchila that you should listen to know the bracha. But the ever though you should listen to hear the bracha. The ever though if you know the bracha, even if you didn't hear it, you can't answer amen, and still not an amen yisayma.